going on, B Nation? I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm sorry if the lighting isn't too good in this room, but I still just want to roll out with a video on how to heal adrenal fatigue. And I am healing my adrenal glands. I'm going to share with you what has helped me, and hopefully it'll help you out there if you have adrenal fatigue. So what is adrenal fatigue? How do you know if you have it? Well, adrenal fatigue is if you have gone to sleep for 8 hours a night and you still feel tired, you feel exhausted, and you're getting adequate sleep, but it's just you are just feeling worn out. Now, your adrenal glands and kidneys are really, really important. They're like brother and sister, but I'm just going to focus on the adrenal glands in this video. I'll do a separate video on the kidneys, which are one of your main filtering systems for toxins. And the adrenal glands, they release a number of hormones, epinephrine, you got cortisol, and it communicates well with the pituitary gland. So when you are in a lot of stress, your adrenal glands are overstimulated, and a lot of us, like me, have been born with really weak adrenal glands and kidneys based on what my parents and grandparents and then ancestors, what they all ate and their lifestyle. So that will impact your adrenal gland. The first thing that has helped me is to get a lot of rest. So when the adrenal glands are overstimulated, it's important to rest and relax and get away from all the stress, get away from all the stimulants out there. So first thing is to rest and relax. The second thing is to get off stimulants. And I'm talking about the coffees, the teas that have caffeine, because that really stimulates the adrenal glands, and the high protein diets, the meats, the high protein meats, because a lot of these animals that are sent for slaughter, they have adrenaline pumping through them, and then that transfers to the meat. So it's good to get off the high protein diets. And also, it's not just about the food that's overstimulating our adrenal glands, but it may be the environment, the TVs, the news. A lot of the news out there is pretty negative, and we don't realize if we have the TV on, those are programs that are programming into our mind. And even movies out there can be very stressful and really stimulate the adrenal glands. And so it's good to just really find really calming music and only watch really happy movies that will enhance your mood. Getting in raw living foods, at least 50% of your day be raw foods from your fruits, your vegetables, eating whole mono meals of fruit for breakfast, for lunch. If you can do dinner, that's like top hero. But it's really getting in the carbs in from your fruits and vegetables, because that is going to be giving energy to your cells. A lot of times we're looking for energy from stimulants like coffees and these high protein diets, when it's doing the opposite. It's actually overstimulating our glands, our endocrine glands, and it's actually depleting them of energy. So it's actually doing the opposite effect. And we want energy to be given to our cells, not be given these stimulants that trick our body into thinking that it's going to give us energy. So it's good to get in the raw living foods and give us that energy into the cells, and take out the processed foods, the junk foods that have lots of sugar in them, and go for whole plant foods from nature. So I'm talking about whole plant foods like your wild rice, your quinoa, getting in lots of vegetables, whether you want to juice them or you want to steam them or put them in a stir fry, however you want to do that, that's really important. But raw living food is key, and giving your body a rest even. I like to do detoxes with fruit and vegetables to really give my whole body a rest, my whole digestive system a rest. And detoxification is really key if you can get into that, and that just allows your body to heal. And that's what happens when we're sleeping at night. It gives our organs, our glands, a chance to repair, to heal. And so the next one I would say is to get adequate sleep. So 8 to 10 hours of sleep is really important. I could do a whole video on sleep, of how important sleep is for not only our brain but our whole body. So sleep is really, really important in healing the adrenal glands, because when you're stressed, overstimulated, you really want these glands to rest and not be stimulated at all. And even exercise, I would say to avoid, do like light exercise, like say just a light bike ride, swimming, even like doing yoga, meditation, just to calm the mind, your body. And sometimes you have to take a break from society because there's so much going on. Sometimes you have to take a vacation and just sit back and relax and not be interrupted, and maybe just read a book, go for some light walking or light swimming. And if you're by the ocean, try to get in that sea salt water and just lay there. That's really, really beneficial for you. Trying to avoid stress if you can. For me, that was my job, really stressful. So I was born into this world with weak adrenal glands from what my parents and their lifestyle and my whole ancestors ate. So I was born into this world with weak adrenal glands, and then the diet that I ate was really high sugar, junk food, processed foods, high meat, high dairy, and that's not good. And then I had a high stressful job, and I was drinking lots of alcohol and drinking lots of coffee in my work environment. So it was high stress, and I'm drinking lots of stimulants to keep me awake, and it creates this perfect storm to wreak havoc on your glands, all your glands. And if you have weak adrenal glands, it's most likely that other glands will be affected as well, like your pituitary gland. And so it's really important that we just avoid stress. And if your job is really stressful, maybe look into finding something that is going to bring you less stress. And for me, that took taking a pay cut to do that, because I want to live a longer life and not live in constant fight or flight, that my adrenal glands are constantly pumping adrenaline. So I took the pay cut to also help you guys out there, but to help myself in not being super stressed out in this life. And that just is so we can, it's really important that we take care of our body, we take care of our adrenal glands. And like I said, they're brother and sister paired up with the kidneys. And so if one is down, most likely the other will be down as well. So I really focus on resting my body, giving it healthy food, like plenty of whole plant foods like grapes, lots of berries, really good for the glands. The berries are essential when your adrenal glands are down. And getting in lots of leafy greens, like you want the spinach, the kale, any leafy greens you like, just try to get them in, because they contain lots of minerals, especially magnesium, which is really good for calming down the nerves. And you can also look at some herbs. There's like ashwagandha herb. That can be really beneficial if you have anxiety, depression. But you don't even have to go that route. It's just if you want extra help. So there's lots of, I can do a whole video on herbs, but it's a wake-up call that you need to spend time healing your body and regenerating. And it's time that you won't regret. So that is what has helped me right now on this planet, there's so much overstimulation that people need constant stimulation or else they get bored right away. So they need to have the TVs on, they need to be playing video games and doing all these things and all this, you know, they're just overworking themselves to the point where it's coming to exhaustion. So when you get off the coffees, the teas, you're gonna feel a low because now your glands are actually at rest and they're not being overstimulated by the caffeine. So what I suggest is getting in the raw foods like your bananas, leafy greens, the whole plant foods, grapes, berries, and that will start giving you the energy. At first you're gonna feel low and you may not like that feeling, but it's gonna be really good for your glands to give them a break from that overstimulation. So it's about getting in raw foods from your fruits and vegetables, that's the energy. Getting off the stimulants like your coffees, your teas, shutting off the television. I haven't had television. I have a TV at home, but I haven't had cable in probably 10 years. So I don't, you know, watch all those programs because they start to program your mind. So I don't watch any of that. So try to get off the news and all those stressful movies and television shows. And it's time to relax. Maybe go to the spa, go for a vacation or a staycation, and do some moderate exercise, deep breathing exercises, meditation, maybe yoga. And you can even do some detoxes, get adequate sleep, and just focus on resting, healing the body, and giving yourself whole plant foods. So that's my video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just I'm gonna come out a lot more about every specific gland, but this is just a short video today, even though it's probably 10 minutes long, so not really short. But I just thought I would point that out there, that we're constantly overstimulated externally through TV and radio and movies, and then our food, and is wreaking havoc on the human body. So it's about getting in more alkaline foods and getting in a lot more rest and relaxation. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more videos. As always, be alkaline, be yourself, and be getting in some rest and relaxation today. Cheers.